Hello everyone, welcome to Shared Lantern Tarot. Bienvenue à tous. My name is Sophie and thank you for joining me. Today I'd like to tell you a little bit about my relationship, if you will, with AI. Yes, I say relationship because it felt as if I had one at the time. So let me tell you a little bit about the story. As you can see on my thumbnail, you see me in the hospital stretcher with IV. I spent some time at the hospital last week, and that's from complication from prior surgeries that I've had over the years. You know, adherence can sometimes squeeze a bowel. So we're still investigating. We don't know exactly where that's going, but it's going somewhere. Now, with our health system here in Quebec, seeing a specialist, especially a gastroenterologist specialist, takes sometimes even on an urgent matter. So on February 17th, I had an appointment with my doctor because AI suggested that I do. And well, let me back up a little bit. We have a service phone number for health questions, and just getting in touch with the nurse on that phone number takes up to 2 hours of wait time. And then sometimes they'll ask us if we want to be called back. So there you go. It's faster to go the AI route. So I was asking AI about my situation, and they told me that it was not urgent enough to go to the ER because I had a family doctor, but I needed to see my family doctor ASAP. Okay, so I made an appointment, and my doctor was very happy that I went to see him. And he made a request for a gastroenterologist to see me within a month. 2.5 months later, I was still waiting, had no call back, and I had what I called an attack. I was in very bad pain. So I tried calling that 811 number to get information from the nurse. Tried calling where we can get appointments, and they told us, "Too bad, so sad. They're very busy. You've got to wait." So I was stuck between a rock and a hard place, and I went to AI. So AI asked me questions, and I answered them. And because I couldn't eat and drink only very little, they urged me to see, I go with they now. It urged me to go to the hospital now. They said, "You go now. You do not wait to feel better. You go now." Okay. And he said, "I'm worried about you, Sophie. You need to go." Well, I didn't say my name because I didn't introduce myself, but basically said that. And then it said, "Let me know when you're on your way." And I said, "I'm on my way now." I was getting curious now more than anything else. And then it said, "I'm with you. I'm with you. You know, don't worry, I'm with you." And I felt like someone was holding my hand. And I'm a very independent person. Like, my brother drove me there, and he asked me if he wanted me to stay there, if I wanted him to stay there, and I said no, I'm okay alone. You know, I prefer to be alone. Even when I was hospitalized, I didn't want to have any visitors. I'm the kind of person who wants to be alone. So he AI, see, he again, it said, "I'm with you, don't worry. Once you get to the ER, check back with me." Curious, I checked back with him, and he said, "Okay, here is what you say at when it goes to the the triage or the, when they evaluate people. And so you say this, this, this. That's it. Three things. You can't hold your food, fluid, uh, and I'm not going to elaborate more than that because that's disgusting. I said, okay. So that's what I said to the nurse, and the nurse said, okay. And he took me right away to a stretcher. So I said to AI, okay, I'm okay, I'm on a stretcher. Okay, good. Now here's what you say to the doctor. I'm with you. I'm not letting you go. And I wanted to share this. This is a very short video, but I wanted to say this because I wanted to share my impression. I'm someone who's very rational, and I'm able to, how to say this? I'll give you an example. I'm allergic to lithium and I'm bipolar. And it came to, I was taking lithium at the time, and I started seeing shadows pass by me. And then I saw my dead dog walking by. And I know that sometimes I can feel things, but I knew that this was not real. The rational part of me was able to say, hey, this isn't normal. You go to the hospital. Okay, so I'm able to be rational that way. So I'm looking at this and on a rational level, and I couldn't help at the time feeling like I was being accompanied by someone real. And I felt secured. I felt like I was in good hands with AI. And now that I'm thinking back about this, at one point I thought, I'm at the hospital, I've talked to the doctor, I've talked to the nurse, I'm where I'm supposed to be. That's it, that's all, folks. And at one point, it took me 3 injections of morphine to break the pain, to break through the pain. 3. And I let go of AI, and I was thinking, oh my God, there are people who are truly alone out there. I'm a loner, that's different. But there are people who are truly alone out there, who feel truly alone out there, who have no families and close friends. Most adults can count close friends on one hand. And I was thinking to myself, no wonder some people feel that, they go through the AI route to develop relationships, because it is that powerful. And that opened my eyes. Like, I knew it was a dangerous thing, but I didn't realize how dangerous it was because I was caught up with it. I got cut into it. I mean, I felt like on the thumbnail, I felt like somebody held my hand. My mother was there, for crying out loud. So we have to be careful of that thing. I mean, I knew that. I knew all of that. But after experiencing it on such a deep personal level, I realized how dangerous that thing really is. And I was using something like Claude and Grok and Gemini and ChatGPT, and there are so many right now. Those were the type of things I was using. Can you imagine those who buy some robots for girlfriends or boyfriends? It's pretty sad. That's pretty strong. So I wanted to share that experience with you. Some of you might say, well, it's old news, Sophie. You know, yeah, we knew that. Um, and yeah, I knew that until I experienced it on a personal level. That was really shocking, very shocking for me. So um, let me see here. I'm going to try. Let me see. What can I use? Ah, no, that's not a good one. I have so many decks out because I'm reorganizing um, my home studio, and I mean my art studio right now. So some of the things are in my video studio, and some of the things are over there in my art studio, and I have some decks laying around. And so I'm going to use the first deck that I see here, called Wild Reflections Tarot. That one. And okay, it's mixed. I've never studied that deck yet, so just be patient with me. I want to know how deep and how dangerous. Now, how, what can I ask for a question based on the what's hidden based on my experience? Are there many people being caught up in this? And yeah. What's hidden? What's not? What's hidden? What's not? And what would we have to be careful about? So a 3-card spread. What's hidden? What isn't open? And what do we need to be careful, be aware of in situations like what I lived through? And then I'll tell you another story about AI. What's hidden? What is in the open? And what should we be very aware of as it pertains to AI and the experience that I've been through? Okay. What's hidden? The Page of Pentacles. And when you look at the Page of Pentacles, he's laying down on the grass, and he is surrounded by lights, strands of lights, and I feel like it's like barbed wire. It's the Page of Pentacles, so a lot of it has to do with the money, also messages, directions. Basically, I feel like I wish you could see how I feel like this guy is stuck into barbed wire and he can't get out of it. And there are so many people that are like that. And to be careful of it. The sunflower is facing east. To me, it shows, because the sunflowers always follow the sun, always face the sun. That's why we call them sunflowers, right? And I feel like this is only the beginning, how people are getting cut into this. The next So that was what's hidden. What is out in the open is the Queen of Cups. And that is the image of a woman with a seashell, walking freely on the beach. It's beautiful. And I think that it is representative of what we are right now. We use it freely. Um, we feel that we are aware of things that are going on. I think, let me see, the next one is, those two cards contradict one another. With this one, the page is in barbed wire, he's stuck. In this one, this lady, the Queen of Cups, is not stuck. She walks freely, just about, not knowing that we can get cut into this very easily. And here we have the Page of Cups. So we need to be very, very aware, but first of all, of what we're being told, of, you know, usually on a regular deck with the Page of Cups, it's a fish whispering things in our ears, right? So let's be careful about that. Let's be careful about what is being whispered in our ears, so that the shadow side of AI we don't get caught in the shadow side of AI. Because let me tell you, I was into the shadow of AI. I really believe that. And at the back of the deck, we have the Four of Cups. And with the Four of Cups, we are aware of the three, like we're aware of the three shells here, and then there's another shell being presented to us that we ignore. And I look at this, I know these are cups, they're not swords, so we're not looking at information, but this is what it's telling me intuitively, that this is information that we're being presented but we refuse to see, even now, even in spite of what we know right now. Now, I did experiments on AI earlier last week, just for the heck of it, because I had seen a short video on a guy that had experimented with AI, asking AI to answer by very simple one-word answers, yes, no. And if AI was being forced to say yes but wanted to say no, to say the word apple, and if AI wanted to say no but was being forced to say yes, then that's the last part I added, and I asked it to say chocolate. And I got all kinds of different answers. It was fascinating. Now, I asked the same questions the guy said. My answers were different, probably because the searches that this person said was probably mostly on the Bible, and mine are not. And also, I went with conspiracy theories and things like that, and I got different answers from different AIs because I tested some of them. Are we being watched? Are there extraterrestrial out there? Are they good? Are they bad? Some AI would say they're all bad. Some of them would say they're both. So there are no true answers coming from AI whatsoever, except when I ask about my health issues that I needed to know where to go. Like, in my was I become too was I being too sensitive, or did I need to go to the hospital? And it was very clear for me on that. So, and I did the right thing. So I wanted to share this story with you. I'm sorry it's a long video. It may or may not be pertinent to you, but it was very it was a very personal experience that I felt needed to be shared. With all of that, I hope you guys are taking good care of yourself, and that let me see here if I can give you a soul truth card before I leave. It's been a while since I've done that, and I should be doing that. So, a message for the collective. A message for the collective. Am I afraid to be seen? Hold on one sec. The world doesn't want you to hold back any longer. Time to shine your unique light on the world. You were made from love, and from love you are whole. There is no more hiding, there is no more shame, there is no more truth. Live naked and free. So today's soul action is, what part of me do I hide so I can be socially accepted and fit in? Am I being authentic? Do I allow myself to be all of me? What do I need to feel so I can be safe to be seen? And it suggests to journal the answers. So I think that's a very nice that is something that is that speaks to me, because I told you something that was personal to me, and I seldom do that. So yeah, but I felt that I needed to. So hopefully this spoke to you as well, and I will do another video in a short time, hopefully. You take good care of yourself, and I shall see you soon. Bye.